everybody. Welcome to Spotlight on Middle Country. My name is Lenore Paprocki, and I am the president of the Greater Middle Country Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Malafi. I'm the coordinator of the Miller Center at the Middle Country Public Library, and we're happy to be back.
Yes, exactly. We took a little hiatus, but we're back now. And I'm so excited to introduce a brand new business in our community. Our special guest today is Ray Glynn. Ray, great to have you here today.
Thanks for having me, Lenore. I appreciate it.
Terrific. So Ray, why don't we just start off with you telling us a little bit about yourself and how you got into Lumberjacks?
All right, great. So what happened was, my name is Ray Glynn, like you stated. What happened was actually, me and my boss one day were looking for something a little different to do. So what we did was we looked up this axe. Axe throwing was an up and coming thing. So what we did was we went to Brooklyn because there were none on the island. We went on, I think it was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday at 5 o'clock. And what happened was when we got there, for a middle of a weekday, we barely could get in the place. It was packed. It was pretty much standing room only. And I looked at my boss and I said, how is there none of these on Long Island? At that time, this was before COVID hit and everything. There was none. That was the closest one was in Brooklyn. So I said, well, I don't know how there are none here. So I looked into opening my own axe throwing place, and here we are. We just opened last Saturday, and business is great.
That's terrific. So a lot of people probably don't even know what axe throwing is or what that business is all about. So can you tell us a little bit about that business? And also, you're talking about who you are. You went into Brooklyn. Do you live in Brooklyn? Where do you live, Ray?
I live in Patchogue, born and raised. I've been there my whole life. So I work, I'm a plumber by trade in the union on Long Island. But yeah, I grew up in Patchogue, and so I wanted to keep it. I knew I wanted to keep the business somewhere around where I live. It didn't have to necessarily be in Patchogue. I looked around, but I fell in Selden, which I love. We're in a great shopping center. My landlord is fantastic. And that's pretty much it. As far as axe throwing goes, it's a relatively new and upcoming thing. You can see it on like ESPN and stuff like that now. So it's starting to gain some traction. So what it is you make a reservation either on our website or you can walk in depending on how busy it is. You obviously have to sign a waiver. Just pretty much, it's just a throwing waiver, liability waiver. And then you come, we have what's called axe throwing coaches. So your party is designated with your own private axe throwing coach. And what they do is for the first 15 minutes, the sessions are an hour long, or you could also do 90 minutes or 2 hours long for as many people as you want. From 1 to, you can rent the whole place out if you really wanted to. So the first 15 minutes is a training and safety demonstration. It doesn't matter whether you've been here one time or 100 times. Everybody gets the safety demonstration at the beginning. And what that is the axe throwing coach, he teaches you how to throw, the best technique to throw, and then there's a lot of safety rules, obviously, because of inherently what it is. But with that said, it's a very, very safe activity. I always joke around. I say there's way more injuries bowling every year than there is axe throwing. It's a very safe thing, which is, I think, a lot of people, when they hear about axe throwing, they think it's some crazy thing where it's unsafe, and it's not. It's very, very safety oriented, and that's why we have people with you the entire time. So after the 15-minute safety demonstration and technique demonstration, we let you go. So we let you throw let you throw the axes. And most of the time, from what I can see, is within the first 5 throws, no matter your age, whether you're 90 or 14, which is our low limit, you have to be older than 14. That's the only thing. Within the first 5 or even maybe 10 throws, everybody sticks an axe in the board, and it's really exciting, and everyone loves it. it's not, you don't have to be incredibly physically fit. It's more technique driven than anything. So you don't need to be a big bodybuilder to stick an axe on the board. It's just not the way it works. But yeah, so then we let you throw for, like I said, depending on what your reservation is, for about an hour. Usually most people do an hour or 90 minutes. And we play different games. So we can play, like, there's a game called 21 where you have to, if you can see behind me, so that's the target. Every one of those circles is, like, from the outside is 1, then it goes 2, 3, 4 as it goes inward, and then 5 is the bullseye, right in the red circle in the middle. So a lot of people like to play a game called 21, which is you just have to get to 21 and you have to hit 21 exactly on 21. So if you have 18, you have to hit a 3. If you hit a 4, you go back to 15. So the other team, has a chance to come back. There's also a lot of other games we can play. It's very fun. You can come in you can come in 10 times and never play the same game twice.
So it's almost like darts with an axe instead of darts.
So it's funny you say that, because that's what I tell people. I say it's like darts with axes. It really is. Because that gives people a little bit more perspective on what it actually is. Because a lot of people, it's brand new, so they have trouble kind of seeing it, in their heads. But that's exactly what I tell people. I say it's darts with axes, and honestly, it is. And yeah, so like I said, you could play a bunch of different games. We do serve beer and wine, no liquor or anything like that. We offer pizzas and pretzels, big Bavarian pretzels to eat. And that's pretty much it. It's a great.
You've certainly made me want to go axe throwing. Whenever I had heard about it, I really honestly thought you just stand in a room and like think about somebody you don't like and throw an axe at a wall. So to hear that it's games and I'm thinking about how great it would be to bring, go with my colleagues maybe after a hard week, and we can hang out and have a fun little competition and eat some pizza, drink some beers. I mean, it sounds really wonderful. And as somebody who spends a lot of time in the Middle Country area, I'm glad to have you guys here.
For sure.
Yeah, and we love being here. We really do. We love the area. And no, it is. It's a lot of fun, and it's just something different to do than the typical bowling, or honestly, that's really it. Maybe escape rooms or stuff like that, but other than that kind of stuff, there's really nothing new to do. And especially with COVID and all of that craziness that happened, I feel like people just needed a place to get out. And honestly, you can be here and you can be safe as far as if you're concerned about social distancing and all that. We can accommodate people for the most part, and make people feel safe, and that's pretty much it. That's what we're all about. A safe, fun time out, like you said, to blow some steam off. Believe it or not, corporate, like team building is a very big thing. We've had a lot of people, inquire about team building. We've had parties, from birthday parties to bachelorette parties, all try to book with us. We've been told that, there's like big corporate restaurants are going to book the whole place, come Christmas time for Christmas parties. And then we can accommodate also, obviously with our limited food menu, if we do offer food packages, but if people want to get catering, we can certainly accommodate that as well and set up like a space and a bunch of tables for them. And yeah, it's different.
Great.
And I think people will love it. At least I think they do.
Yeah.
No one leaves and says they didn't have fun. So
yeah, I'm sure. Ray, I have a couple of questions. So Elizabeth brought up a good point about that, and you even agreed that it seemed like darts. So I know a lot of local bars that had dart leagues. Are you going to have, or are you forming leagues for axe throwing, or is that something we're not going to do?
No, we will be doing leagues. We're just right in the middle of trying to get our feet wet. We've only been open for, today is 9 days. But we've already had people come forward and, say they have teams ready to go.
Great.
And we're just not there yet. I'm hoping in the next 6 weeks or so, or maybe 8 weeks, we'll get some leagues going. But as of right now, we have nothing set up, but we are definitely going to be doing leagues as well.
Great. The other question I have is with your, being able to rent out the entire space for holiday parties, that sort of thing that you had mentioned. How many people are your max in your building? How many people can you accommodate?
So our space, believe it or not, has a max of it's plus or minus. This isn't an exact thing. I would have to actually go and look at the certificate, which isn't in front of me. It's about 350.
Wow.
It's a big space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
it's,
you're 3
65
storefronts, right?
What was that? I'm sorry.
3 storefronts you are.
3 storefronts. Technically, I believe that there are actually 4 storefronts, but they only actually built out 3. But yes, I'm 3 storefronts. It's 6,500 square feet. And it's a nice big square open spaces, which is exactly what I wanted.
Right. Great.
I mean,
that's a lot of people. I didn't think it was going to be that big.
Ray, we plan on asking everybody we interview what their greatest success has been of 2022. But I think this whole interview has really told us what your biggest success is, getting open. But please tell us, tell us if it's something different or.
So funny stories, actually. So I signed my lease 2 weeks before COVID hit in, I guess it was February of 2020. And then obviously, as everybody knows, COVID hit and the whole world shut down. I couldn't build, I couldn't get permits, I couldn't do anything. It was just a crazy time. And then once everything got lifted, it took about a year, but it was just everything took 10 times longer than it should, which is understandable because of what was going on. We started building last March, and then it took about a year, give or take, with all the permits and inspections and all that. So our grand opening was last Saturday, like I said, and just the way the way it works is we just welcomed our second baby on Saturday, our little baby girl.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We
That's
couldn't
wonderful.
even make our own.
But you couldn't make your own. Oh dear. You couldn't even make your own grand opening. It's terrible.
So we couldn't even make our own grand opening because I was at the hospital with my wife, who's my business partner as well. So I was like, of course it happens this way. There's 2 days in the whole year that we couldn't have a baby, and of course it comes that day.
Oh goodness, that is very funny actually.
Well, if you had to miss it, that's a great reason to miss it.
That's for sure.
Right, that was pretty much the only reason I was missing it.
Yeah.
So Ray,
That's
in the
great.
next minute or so that we have left with you, can you let everybody know how to reach you or to make reservations online and where you're located? So that anybody who's interested in, coming over and having a grand old time throwing axes at Lumberjacks, they know how to reach you and where to go.
Sure. So we're located at 307 Middle Country Road in Selden. For anyone who's in the area or not in the area, it's where the old Ruby Tuesdays used to be, right on the corner of Middle Country Road and North Ocean Avenue. It's now a Texas Roadhouse. So we're in that parking lot down by the Planet Fitness.
Very easy to get to.
Yes, it is. And you know what? That was one of the big reasons is that I wanted to be central Long Island, which is pretty much where I am. So our website is www.lumberjaxe, LUMBERJAXE, like Long Island.com. So pretty much on there you can book all your reservations. You can see all the the rules and the FAQs about our only real thing is everyone has to wear closed-toed shoes. That's a very, very important part of it. You can't throw if you come in anything that has open toes. But other than that, everything is able to be on able to be found on our website. And it's I guess that's pretty much it.
It's great. I'm excited to try it out. Thank
I
you.
can't wait
Yeah.
to be there, that's for sure. And Ray, I really appreciate your time today, and and being at your place of business to show it off a little bit. Was excited to see what it looked like inside. I had been there, full disclosure, about a week ago, and I was just thrilled to death to see that this place is going to be amazing. So we're wishing you lots and lots of success. Anybody who's interested, right in our own backyard. Selden needed something like this for sure. So I'm excited that you're here, Ray, and wish you lots and lots of success.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
hope
thank
everybody
you so
comes.
much, Ray.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. All right. Okay, bye, everybody. This was great.
Bye.
First one back
Thank
for
you,
a long
Ray.
time. It felt good. I don't know about you, Elizabeth, but I thought it felt good.
Yeah, it felt great.
And great to have Ray. We'll see you next time.